My first guest tonight started his year with the hit comedy Old School. His new movie, Alex and Emma, opened today. He's also in the sequels to Charlie's Angels and Legally Blonde, which open over the next 2 weeks. Please welcome the hardest working man in show business, Luke Wilson. How are you?
I'm good. I have to say, you're Saddam. I detected a little bit of a possibly a Hispanic accent.
Yes.
It made me think maybe he's in Cabo or something like that.
It's sounding more Mexican to me all the time. Yeah. It also sounds a little like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. There's a little of that comes out sometimes. It all gets very complicated. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, you know, I think the last time I saw you, you were here and you were promoting Old School,
right,
which was a massive hit here in the United States.
Yeah. And
I'm just curious, I don't know much about the movie business, but I know they open it here, and then, I guess what is it, like a month or so later, they roll it out in Europe.
Right.
How did it do over there?
Truthfully speaking, Conan, it flopped in Europe.
Right.
It didn't do very well. It was Will Ferrell and I went over there to do a press tour, and you know, we had a Dutch reviewer who said, you know, I found the movie very melancholy and very sad. And Will was like, maybe they have a different version over here, Lou.
Right.
And then, yeah, there was a German reviewer that he described it as fecal cinema. And for some reason, though, it put us in a great mood. We were like, we're over here, we're promoting a flop. We know it's a flop. We'd already done well over here, so...
So the pressure was off. Now you could go over there and just enjoy, like, reading these horrible things,
Yeah, we had the best of both worlds. We had a movie that did great and was a flop at the same time. So it's like we got the whole spectrum.
You got the great... Also, I've noticed when I've gone over there to talk about the late-night show, because it's seen, you know, in parts of Europe, I get the same response sometimes where there'll be someone from, like, the Netherlands or something, and they'll have this crazy take on what we're doing. They'll say, like, your show is very angry. Yeah. You're an angry man. You're like, I don't think it. No, I don't think so. And but they see all this kind of weird stuff in what you're doing.
They see things that you just weren't doing. Like this guy in the Netherlands was so, he said, I found it just so sad. I found it to be a heartbreaking movie. These guys, they can't grow up. And we're like, yeah, that's kind of the basis of the movie.
Yeah,
but,
that's kind of where a lot of the comedy comes from in this movie. You wonder how this guy's reviewing other, like, big... Poor Jim Carrey, his body does not function properly.
Yes. Bruce Almighty, he's got to understand he's not God.
Oh, it's very sad.
Until he understands this.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's happy, that man. I hope he cheers up somehow.
Yeah, I know. We felt bad.
You're a big golfer, is that right?
Yeah, I do like to play golf, yeah.
You play golf? I would think one of the nice things about playing golf when you're a celebrity, you picked a good sport, because when you're a celebrity, you get invited to all these great golf tournaments. I play highlight. I'm never invited to a highlight tournament. And I play women's field hockey. And again, never invited to anything, but if you play golf, you get invited to all these cool events. Is that true? Like celebrity golf tournaments?
Yeah, you do, although, like, a couple of years ago, I don't do them really much. A couple of years ago, I went to one, and I was here in New York, and I was with 3 guys from Long Island, and I got in the group, and they were like, yeah, nice to meet you, Lou. So who's the celebrity in our group? And I said, I don't know. I saw Joe Theismann over there and Scott Baio, but I'm not sure. And they're like, well, we paid $5 grand a head, so this guy better be famous. What do you do? And I was like, I'm in sales. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
That must have been a letdown for them.
Yeah. So then I spent the rest of the 18 holes just kind of trying to talk about this mystery business I was in.
Right. You just made it up and just BS the whole time.
Right.
Now, apparently, congratulations are in order. You just bought a house, is that right?
Yes, I have.
This is a big thing in a man's life. You bought a house. Is it furnished yet? Have you bought furniture?
Well, I'm moving kind of slow on that. I have a couch, you know, and a bed, but you know,
typical guy sort of move. Buy a house, and I've had a bunch of my friends do this. They buy a house, and then you go over there and you say, like, this is great. Where's the furniture? And they're like, oh, we'll get to that later, man. Yeah. Don't you worry about that.
I'm trying to describe it as like a minimalist approach, but that really doesn't work. But no, I'm trying to work on getting, you know, like I like those Sony flat screens. I'd really like to get
What do you mean you're trying to work on it? You can go to a store and and buy
when
a
I say
Sony.
work on it, I mean kind of come on your show and talk about Sony flat screens. Is that camera on? No, you know, it's like
Right, this one
I'm
right
trying
there.
to like plug, you know. No, it's just they're a little
if you get-
expensive. I went to Circuit City and they're a few grand a piece, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm trying to figure out some angle I can get to get a free
You want to
one.
get a free TV by coming on the show? You're probably not even here to plug this movie.
What movie?
What movie? You're here to just get a TV, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you know,
All right. I don't know if that's gonna work.
it can,
But you say
it
the
can
Sony-
be Philips. I prefer Sony, but no.
You're definitely not getting a Philips now that you said, I really want Sony, but if it's that crap Philips, I'll take it. You're not getting anything
And I
from
need
them.
2.
Yeah, you need 2. That's a terrible thing. Man, I can't believe you would do that. By the way, the finest car in the world is the Porsche 911. I believe that.
Yeah.
Get that camera in very close. The Porsche 911. The Porsche 911 might just be the finest car in the world. The Porsche. I'd love a Porsche. This is not going to work.
Yeah, I think it will work.
Do you think it will work?
Tomorrow could be like Christmas for us.
Tomorrow, yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it could
I'm
be
going to drive
incredible.
over to your hotel in a Porsche
Yeah.
that has a red ribbon on
Yeah.
it with 2 flat screens.
Right.
I love talking about things that will never
It's
happen.
gonna be an awesome Saturday. man.
Yeah, man. That's going to be the best high five ever. Me and Luke Wilson. All right, let's talk about. We're such cheapskates. Let's talk about Alex and Emma. You know, we just had your co-star in this movie, who's a good friend of yours, Kate Hudson,
Yes.
was here not 2 nights ago. Actually, it was 2 nights ago.
Right.
And not 2 nights ago, or was it? And she said that you guys are such good friends that when you had to have a kissing scene, she couldn't stop laughing the whole time. And I thought, that must have just destroyed... I mean, that would be tough for a guy to take, I would think.
She laughed, I think, because she secretly possibly has the hots for me. That's my theory. No, I don't know. She just laughed because it was uncomfortable. It was like having to kiss your friend, but trying to kiss him like you love him. But,
Right. And did you hear it was in the paper today, the day after she's on our show, she announces that she's going to have a kid.
Yeah, I heard that. And
Yeah.
congratulations to her. But it would have been nice for you if she could have broken that news on the show.
Yes, thank you very much.
And, you know,
Yes.
it's like every time they mention her being pregnant, they mention, you know,
Yeah,
your show.
as told on Conan O'Brien, 12:30 NBC. Check your local listings. I love it when that happens.
Yeah. She was
You know?
always like so concerned with, you know, Luke, it must be fun being single in Hollywood. Like, what's it like? And, you know, it's like, I kept telling her it was boring. She didn't believe me, and apparently she was the one getting all the action. I was just kind of going home at the end of the day. And,
Right. Well, I hope they're very happy. It's very exciting for her. We have a clip here from the movie. What do we set up this clip for us?
This is, I'm a writer, and Kate plays my stenographer, and this is just kind of me dictating my novel to her, and she's kind of being critical of it while I do it.
Okay, enjoy this clip, and if you have a good TV at home, say a Sony flat screen, you should really enjoy it.
I am so sorry that your grandmother died.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Alex and Emma is in theaters now, and come on back soon.
Thanks
It's always
very much.
great having you
Great
on the
to see you.
show.
Thank you.
Luke Wilson, everybody. Jeff Garland coming up. We'll be right back. Stick around. All right, everybody, we're back. You got to stay tuned next week. We got some great guests coming up, including Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Heidi Klum, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Connelly, much, much more. Those are my good shows. There's a lot of beautiful women on next week. Tonight, it's you and me.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Sorry,
All right.
guys.
Yeah, it's okay. For